Do you know what time it is? It's time for a knowledge bomb. Every fortnight we drop a knowledge bomb that contains something interesting or valuable that our fans can take away with them. We certainly don't want to mislead anyone, so as a disclaimer, please understand that what you see and what you hear in our videos are not our opinions on the matters and the topics at hand, but instead information that has been researched by far more qualified individuals, which has then simply been presented by us here today in a synthesized manner. In this way, we act as conduits to dispense information that is, for the most part, accepted as true, but as we all know, it is more often the truth of the day, and it can change as new information and scientific studies come to light. Hence, this does not mean that the information is infallible, but rather it means that the information is less likely to be bollocks because the claims are based within contemporary scientific knowledge. However, we always recommend people do their own research and look to the scientific studies and peer-reviewed journals to be as informed as possible. Our topics tend to be pretty basic as well because we feel that there is plenty of basic knowledge that people are not aware of that may add value to their training, their lifestyle and overall health. But we will be sure to add in some light bulb moments for the more adept wherever we can. Without any further ado, let's get into the guts of today's topic: whey protein, the good, the bad and the ugly. Whey protein is easily the most prolific type of protein powder that can be found on the market. It is phenomenally well researched for a dietary supplement and, dare I say, the best understood of all commercial proteins on the market. It certainly makes sense why businesses like ours tend to travel forward with a whey protein formulation first, before innovating outward. So first and foremost, whey protein comes from milk. There are two types of important proteins that exist within milk: whey and casein. When a substance is added to the milk that forces it to coagulate, such as renin, which is a protein and enzyme that is secreted by our kidneys, the solid parts known as the curds or the casein and the water-soluble part known as the whey separate. There are many people that are unaware that milk is largely made up of water, and this is the reason why we see a watery whey solution when the two types of proteins separate. Due largely in part to its solubility, whey protein is often rated very highly because it is incredibly fast absorbing, which in turn presents a host of benefits to the body. Firstly, rapid absorption means that muscle catabolism, which is the breakdown of muscle following exercise as the muscles attempt to source complete proteins that can then be smashed apart to repair damaged cells, can be offset with a more bioavailable source. That's the whey protein that we ingest. Ensuring our protein intake is at an optimal level prevents the body pinching needed proteins from muscle and tissue in the body to correct the imbalance. In simple terms, whey protein is one of the most beneficial and time-conscious ways to promote muscle growth following exercise. Secondly, whey protein has notable effects on promoting muscle protein synthesis. In the studies that exist, whey protein increased muscle protein synthesis to a higher degree than any other protein source acutely, which means in the short term, but over time was comparable in potency to the other proteins. Importantly for people exercising, there is consistency in the claim that ingesting protein following exercise increases muscle protein synthesis, so down a protein shake or smash some fast absorbing high protein foods after exercise to reduce muscle catabolism and to promote muscle growth instead. Interestingly, according to studies, whey protein generates a minor increase in insulin and promotes insulin sensitivity more than casein and other proteins. It is important to note that insulin sensitivity is considered good, while the opposite, insulin resistance, is a major risk factor in type 2 diabetes. In line with these findings, the scientific studies that we have come across only show insulin sensitivity increasing for obese individuals using whey protein as part of a fat loss diet. Conversely, the insulin sensitizing effect was not replicated in lean individuals. So why is this important? The general idea of exercise is that you want to have lean muscle mass and you want it to contract somewhat regularly so the muscle can take up glucose. You can get the glucose from anything containing carbohydrates. The more properly functioning muscle mass a person has, the better their peripheral insulin sensitivity is, which means they can store blood glucose as glycogen in the muscles and liver for a time when it is needed, so they can push harder with far reduced detrimental effects to their regular body function. Whey protein supplementation has also been shown in varying degrees to decrease liver fat due to the glutamine content of whey protein, to decrease intestinal permeability, which is somewhat valuable in combating leaky gut syndrome by restricting antigens, toxins and microorganisms from passing through the intestinal lining, to suppress the appetite, which is common to all protein sources. However, this effect is only observed to be minor despite what some less wholesome participants in this industry would have you believe, with their appetite suppressing weight loss shakes. In relation to this minor effect, whey protein decreases the release of ghrelin, a growth hormone releasing peptide that tells the body to eat when the stomach is empty. Whey protein has also been shown in some studies to show a minor increase in antioxidant levels, which extends higher if the whey protein comes from grass-fed cows. In addition, grass-fed cows also produce in their milk conjugated linoleic acid, better known as CLA, that has been shown to increase lean muscle mass, promote the loss of fat and reduce heart disease. Without stating the obvious, whey protein is made up of many essential and non-essential amino acids, of which leucine, valine and isoleucine are a part. These branched-chain amino acids play a pivotal role in muscle protein synthesis and repair. All amino acids in whey protein are functional and will directly or indirectly promote a healthy metabolic environment within the body. There is also the potential for whey protein to decrease triglycerides that are circulating through the body, which is suspected in studies to be common to all protein sources as well. An excess of triglycerides is a major risk factor in circulatory problems. Here's to hoping more studies are conducted to confirm this benefit. So far, everything seems pretty good with the protein here. So where's the bad? Well, studies have also shown the following to also be true or unconfirmed for whey protein. Whey protein is no better than any other protein source for weight loss. This kind of sucks, but it's not all doom and gloom here. Essentially, managing your caloric intake and your caloric output, which would include your exercise regime, will determine what results whey protein will give you. It certainly can aid in weight loss in just the same way that it can aid in the acquisition of lean muscle mass. Use it with sound dietary knowledge and it's incredibly versatile. In general, whey protein increases lean mass, but whey protein is not shown conclusively to be any better than any other type of protein in developing this lean mass. This goes the other way too. There is no conclusive evidence that we know of to say that whey protein is not better than all others, or that another protein source is better than whey protein. It seems they're all pretty much the same in their promises here. This certainly needs more research, but the bro consensus within the industry is that whey protein has been a long-standing champion among the protein gladiators, and so far has not yet been surpassed. We shouldn't believe the hype on new products either until the science behind them is strong enough to back up the claims. I guess we'll have to wait and see if any appear to topple the long reigning king. Whey protein is also said to reduce blood pressure. However, insufficient evidence exists to support this, so we can't claim this one as a benefit just yet. But that's why it makes this list. There is much and more that we still need to learn about the effects of whey protein on the human body, but it seems pretty clear from the existing research that it is well and truly one of the best, if not the best, protein sources for your body. There are plenty of benefits from the amino acids that simply didn't make it into this list today, that would further attest to why whey protein holds the crown for the most popular and widely used supplement on the market. In closing, we are thinking about more topics to discuss in the coming weeks, and the next one may be the difference between whey protein isolate and whey protein concentrate. But if you have one that you want done, then post your ideas below. We will try our best to get to them. But thank you for watching and listening, and hopefully you take something away from today. And until next time guys, train hard, and we'll see you again.